Good afternoon. This is Vicki with Vicki Talks and Talks and Talks. And today I'm here at Butler High School and I'm talking to my friend Florine, who is a tennis coach for the girls tennis team at Butler. Is that correct?
That's right.
Great. She's one of my Toastmaster friends and I asked her if she would come speak with us today. Why don't you start at the beginning, get us a recap of who you are and how you came to be Tim's Tennis USA.
Our business was born in the heart of Kentucky. We moved to Kentucky from North Carolina for work reasons, and Coach Tim had been mentoring with a friend of ours over in Mount Airy, North Carolina, where we were living. And once we got to Kentucky, he decided he wanted to do tennis part-time. So when he would come home from his machining job, he would go to the courts and teach tennis. Both of our daughters that were home at that time played tennis, and they played on the high school team, and Coach Tim helped as an assistant, but we also started Tim's Tennis USA there in 2010.
All righty. And here you are today.
Yes, we moved back to North Carolina in 2012 in December, actually on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And he started doing tennis here part-time. We started the Queen's Grant tennis program for the boys and the girls. Our daughter Lydia was going into the 9th grade and they didn't have a tennis team. So we started their program over at Queen's Grant, and Coach Tim still coaches the men's and women's team over there. So it's been kind of a life-changing event for us when in 2015 Coach Tim lost his machining job. He had lost his job a couple of times since we moved here, and we decided that instead of doing what we had planned to do, starting tennis full-time when he retired, we decided just to go for it in 2015.
Wow, that's pretty courageous.
Yeah, it's been really an adventure. It's been a real adventure. We've had a lot of different doors that have opened up for us. We're very thankful for the way things have gone, and we're very excited with where things are right now with our tennis.
And you seem to be doing a great job. I can see the old man, Coach Tim, out there just hitting the balls with that young girl, and he's just, wow, he's impressing me. I've never seen him at work before.
Yes, this is work, you know.
Yeah. Well, I know.
We're on our we're at the workplace right now.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing to think that you can do something that you love, and you know, this is your livelihood.
And you're never too old to fulfill that dream.
That's exactly
right. And that's what he had.
He did have a dream from when he was a young man. He started in Mount Airy. He played football, he played basketball, he played baseball, and never did play tennis until he was in his 20s, and that's when he picked it up and played some league play when he was in his 20s and early 30s, but never actually coached too over at Hilton Head. He coached over there for a children's program at one of the places on Hilton Head Island. So that was where he really started coaching. And then, you know, when we moved to Kentucky, that's when Tim's Tennis USA was started over there.
But you had never played before, had you?
No, I never had played tennis before. I was in my late 40s, early 50s when I really started playing tennis.
Wow.
And I started coaching when I was it's been about 5 years ago. I started coaching. So,
and you love it too.
I do love it too. I do more. I do also the administrative part of our business, the scheduling and all that. So just making sure that there are players on the court. That's part of my job too.
And you have a lot of events that go on here, especially, right? Don't you have tournaments on the weekends?
Yes, we do have tournaments here. We're very fortunate and thankful to have the opportunity to use these courts because we maintain them. And we keep them clean and everything. We came over here earlier and use our leaf blowers to get all the, all the storm brought down, a lot of pine needles and everything.
Yeah.
But that's allows us to have events here.
Right.
And we have a venue now. This UTR
What is
stands
that?
for Universal Tennis Registry.
That's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very new to the tennis world in the sense that it allows tennis players to see how they play stacked up against players worldwide. It's a rating. When we have these events here, a player, we set the events up, and we are able to let them play against players that are their same skill level or close to their skill level.
Okay.
One of the challenges with tennis is if you just go by age or you go by gender, you might come out and play against somebody that just wipes you right off the court, or you wipe them off the
Right.
court. And that's not any fun for either player. But Universal Tennis Rating, or the Universal Tennis, is now the company that does the software that we use that allows me to set up the event so that even if the person is, say, 60 years old, they can play against someone that's same rating as them, maybe a 18-year-old,
Right.
15-year-old.
Right.
But it's level based rather than gender or.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is. Because when you were talking about the different skill sets, it made me think of boxing. They have the weight, so it's kind of a rating like that.
And you could think of it very similar to a golfer's handicap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have a handicap. Well, this is a tennis player's rating. So the players start off at 1, and it goes up to 16.5. So, the players like Federer and all those, they're up there above 16.
Yeah.
Serena Williams,
Right,
they're
right,
way up there at the top.
We might have a Serena Williams on the court over here, it looks
You
like.
just never know.
Yeah, buddy. Everything has not always been great. You've had some challenges along the way, and you had one in particular with Coach Tim.
Yes, it was a real challenge, almost to the sense that we thought we were going to have to change careers. Coach Tim was playing basketball Thanksgiving 2016 and threw a full court pass.
Oh, man. A three-pointer.
Through and towards rotator cuff. So maybe we should get him over here to talk about that a little
Okay,
bit.
that'd be great.
So anyway, we went to Kentucky to visit some friends there, and so while we were there, we decided that we wanted to get some activity in, and it was kind of a rainy day. You know how Kentucky is; it's always rainy, or light rain anyway. And so we decided to go to the local YMCA, and we did. And when we got there, we got into a pickup basketball game. And of course, there weren't any old guys like me there. It was only just young kids, and so I got involved with these young kids and started playing, and really I was having a lot of fun. And so anyway, I took a basketball, which I'm not used to throwing, that kind of a throwing motion. In tennis, your throwing motion is different because the ball is bigger, so your grip is different. So when I threw the ball, I threw with my shoulder like this. And so it tore the rotator cuff. And so I have played a lot of different sports, and I had some injuries prior to doing that, and I'm sure my shoulder was probably weak. And so anyway, it tore it in 3 places. But the one tear was really the worst. And I think the other 2 was probably old injuries, and it just kind of re-aggravated them. But anyway, I went to the VA, and because I'm a veteran, and I went and had a x-ray done, and then I had an MRI done, and then I went to the orthopedic surgeon. The orthopedic surgeon told me that it would probably be a year before I could ever pick up a racket again. And he said it would probably be a good idea if you found a different occupation.
Wow.
And so I asked him what the extent of the surgery would consist of, and he said that they would have to go in and drill a couple of holes in the bones and actually put anchors in your bones, and then they would tie the ligaments to those anchors, and then they would suture you back up, and then you'd have to go through rehab. And so just the thought of going through all that was like, I really don't even want to do it.
Right.
And so I had a really good friend who had stem cells done on both his knees. And so I remembered how well he healed up and how fast his recovery time was. So I called him up and asked him the name of the doctor that he went to. And so Florine and I called and we set up a consultation with him. And after the first consultation, I was pretty much sold right then. So we went to other places to figure out, because the price isn't covered by insurance.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so we went to other places to figure out if we could find a better way to do it or a cheaper way to do it. And we did find some cheaper ways to do it, but the problem with that is that they weren't using the same stem cells that was being produced from my own body. And so what they do with the procedure that I've elected to go with is they actually drill into the hip and they extract the bone marrow from your hip.
Wow.
And then they extract blood from you, and then they take belly fat from you. I told them to get all they wanted. yeah. And so they spin this. They spin it, and then they actually take a microscope and extract the best cells that they can find, and that's what they put into you.
Wow, that is.
It's remarkable stuff.
So you just saw, how much quicker did you get back on the court?
Probably
6 months.
Yeah,
he
6
was
months.
totally
Yeah.
released from the doctor in 6 months.
Yeah.
And had full range of
Full
motion.
range of motion.
You can see that now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is a remarkable story. What is the name of the company, the doctor's office? You can say that on here.
Okay, I'll let Florine say it because I have a little trouble with saying it.
So your
We're on
rotator
camera
cuff's
right now?
fixed, your mouth's not. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you got it.
The name of it?
His name is Dr. Jason Tucker.
Orthobiologics. That is an amazing story. So they could not only do your rotator cuff, but hips and knees and all that.
Backs.
Back.
Back. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Really, the best thing, I tell people this all the time, the best thing to do is really, if you're having an issue or a problem, and it's going to require surgery, or maybe it's going to require physical therapy, or anything where you have arthritis or you have where you have bone on bone that's rubbing.
Right.
You should get in touch with him because he can actually take you in and he don't use an MRI or an X-ray. He uses a ultrasound. And ultrasound, you can see the tissue better, and he can actually really see clear what needs to take place.
Okay. Well, hold on to that thought. We're going to take a quick break. Please come back. Don't leave. We got more to talk about on Vicki Talks. Welcome back to Vicki Talks. We've been talking to Tim and Florine Miller with Tim's Tennis USA, and we have this lady here with the Butler Women's Tennis. And we are going to take a moment for Coach Tim to give us some tennis lessons.
Okay, so today we're going to work with Genevieve and we're going to help her out with her serve. So I'm just going to go through some basic steps that I go through with all my students to help them develop a good foundation and to develop a good serve. So without further ado, we'll get busy here. All right. So Genevieve, the very first thing that you have to think about is your footwork. So what I like to do is I like to take my left toe and I like to point it toward the second net post. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take my right foot and I'm going to take the inside of my foot and touch the back of my heel with the ball and just step back slightly. Now I want to put my weight on that foot, on my back leg. Now I'm just going to rock forward till I feel pressure on my toe, and I'm going to rock back and rock forward. Okay. So that's the motion that you're going to use when you serve. You're going to rock back and then you're going to rock forward. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to look at the net strap on the second cord there, and you want to have a ball in your hand. Okay. So you're going to hold that ball just like you're holding a glass of water. Okay. Just like you're holding a glass of water. Okay. Now I want you to take your racket and find eye level. So you're just going to hold your racket up to your eye and hold it straight. That's eye level. So you're going to remember this position right here, okay? So Genevieve, I hate to tell you this, but yesterday you were riding a horse your mom got you a horse, you know, and so you were riding it, and the horse started bucking and it threw you off, and you broke your arm right here and right here. So we took you to the ER, and they put a cast on from here to here. So now you can't bend what?
My elbow.
That's it. So now you have a glass of water, and you got your eye level, okay? So now I want you to take your racket up and just kind of salute, okay? So you want to salute like this, okay? Just like that. So I'm going to change your grip just a little. Put your knuckle more back here. Yeah, just like that, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to drop your racket like you're saluting. When you make your toss, you're going to reach up with your arm and hit the ball on the bottom right of the ball. As soon as you make contact with the bottom right, I want you to relax this wrist and let it fall to your left side, okay? All right? So let's see if you can perform that for us. That's awesome. Very good. Here you go. We'll do another one. That's awesome. Look at that serve go in. Good, girl. Awesome. Good job. Okay, so Nathan's here. So Nathan, why don't you grab your gear and come on out, and we're going to let you do some serves for us also. He's got a little bit more height advantage than I, so he has a little bit more leverage. So I really like to watch him serve because he has such a good powerful stroke. So just warm up a few. You just want to maybe serve like 3 or 4. Just get your motion right and get a feel for it, and then we'll let you crank some out. Just keep your head up and think about your bottom right on the ball. There you go. There you go. Okay, good. Good serve. Okay, now let's see if you can get into it a little more. Get a little more power on it. There you go. Now just relax your racket after contact and let it fall to your left side, and it'll pull that ball right down. That's awesome. Okay, a little bit deep, so you need to relax a little more. Maybe try to break the racket around the outside edge of the ball. Bottom right. That's it right there. Beautiful shot. Okay, let's get about 4 more like that. Keep your head up. Don't let your head go down. Yeah, I got you. That's a really good serve. All right, last one. Okay, so here's what I suggest. I suggest that I teach Vicki how to serve. I think she got a kick out of that. Would you like to learn, really?
What do you think, John?
I think you can do it. Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So do you remember all the instructions? Do you want me to go back over?
Something about putting your feet.
Okay. So you want to take your toe and point it toward the second net post. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now take your right foot and touch your heel and just step back slightly.
Okay.
Okay. That should give you the ability to rock like this. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So you broke your arm. Mm-hmm. You're in a cast. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you want to hold this like a glass of water, just like that. You want to hold it like this, okay? You don't want your finger on top because you're going to release it with your fingers, okay? So I'm going to help you find where eye level is. That's about eye level right there. So now you want to remember that position because that's where you want to release it. Okay, so now your head is going to go up because you're going to look up in the air like this. Okay, now I want you to salute. Okay, all right. Now make your toss and hit the bottom right of the ball and let your racket fall to your left side.
Huh?
Okay, yeah. So you're saluting, okay? So now all you're going to do is toss or release.
We'll release it at eye level.
Yeah, and then you're just going to reach up and hit the bottom right or in between 6 and 3, somewhere over there.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
No.
Okay? That's okay. We'll do it again. We'll do it again.
This is like golf.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Whoa, Vicki!
Wow.
Did you see that?
Did you see
I
that?
saw that.
Yeah. Awesome job. Let's see if you can do it again. Let's see if that's a fluke. All right. Okay, so now think of the bottom right of the ball.
And throw it high
and
up.
once you make contact with the ball, just let your racket fall to the left side. Okay?
Oh, kind of like follow through in golf.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, one more. We're gonna get one in right here. I feel it. Okay, footwork first. So get your footwork first. You need behind that line. There you go. Okay, salute. She did it.
That was it.
She did it. That was awesome job. Good job.
If you ain't a good teacher,
Yeah, well thank you.
Coach
Thank
Tim.
Yeah, well thank you very much. Is that the first time you've served a tennis ball?
Yes.
That's awesome then. So took you about what, 5 tries? And
Yeah,
you got it?
yeah,
That's
yeah,
excellent.
yeah.
You're a good learner.
You're a good
You're a
teacher.
fast learner.
Both of
Yeah.
you.
All right. All right.
Well, I want to thank you guys
Yeah.
so much. This has been really a lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate what you're doing.
And I have talked to Miss Flo with Tim's Tennis, and what she has told me is that anybody watching the show that would like a free tennis lesson to find me on Facebook, or at the end of the show you see my Facebook address or my phone number, and if you will contact me, I'll put you in touch with Tim's Tennis USA for
All right.
a free tennis lesson,
Sounds wonderful.
because I think it will really be fun.
It's definitely fun.
So
We do it every day. That's what we enjoy doing. So
yeah, and it keep us young.
keeps you young.
Exactly.
There
Keeps
you
you
go.
active. That's
There
the
you
main
go.
thing.
Okay.
I think we should get Coach Tim out here with Nathan and Genevieve and
Okay.
hit some tennis balls.
Okay.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Sounds good.
All right, so I'll start out serving. So you're going to move forward a little bit and kind of go more center of the box. And remember, just keep the ball out in front. Okay, you ready, Nathan? Okay, good shot. So Genevieve, you got to go what? You got to go get that one. So now Nathan's going to hit the ball a little harder. Now Florine won't hit it quite as hard, I hope. All right. Okay, you ready? Okay, good try. That's okay. So you need to move forward a little more. Go forward a little more. There you go. All right, right there. There you go. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna have to serve a little better. All right, you ready, Flo?
Ready.
All right. Oh, good try.
Good job.
Ah, a little bit too wide on that one. I think the line moved, Vicki.
I think it did too. I saw it.
All right, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, line moved on her.
Wow, it sure did.
30 off. Oh, good volley. Good volley. 30-40. Ah, good try. So Genevieve, you gotta be ready for it. Oh, that was game. Here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh.
wow, that was a good run. I'm gonna start watching tennis on TV. Oh,
Yes. so good at that serve.
He is.
What's the score, Nathan?
40-10. Don't worry, Genevieve. We're coming back right here.
Yeah, this is it.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah, got it. All right, good job. Now take 4 steps back. Okay. All right. And what I want you to focus on is when he makes his toss, I want your eyes looking at where he's going to make contact with the ball.
Okay.
So you need to start reading the ball as it comes off his racket instead of reading the bounce. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
40-30.
Oh, good try. You almost got it. You almost got Vicki there.
More than once.
Yeah. Serving in that box.
Oh, no,
Now
where I
you're
was
serving in
serving.
that box.
Okay, hold it like this.
Yep. Arm. Yep. Salute. There you go. Okay, now you hit the wrong box.
I know. Well, I hit it though.
That's so. You hit a good serve. I always say that. You hit a good serve, you just hit the wrong box.
Good gracious.
Yeah, the kids always get a kick out of that. Good serve, wrong box.
Okay, we're going for that one.
All right, so move this way a little bit. Gotta be. There you go. That is awesome. You could be a tennis player, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much of the lessons.
Yeah.
Thank you once again for being with us tonight. We had Flo and Tim with Tim's Tennis and some of the students that have from Butler and Queens Grant. Thank you so much. We have rackets up. We're ready to go. I hope you have enjoyed the show tonight. I had a blast. See you next time from Vicki Talks. The Talks.